Okay, we're going to look at the same example where out of the next four planes, this is the probability that 0 will be late, 1 will be late, 2, 3, or 4 will be late. So if we try and use StatCrunch calculator, we'll go to summary stats and grouped or bin summary stats. I'll choose X for bins and counts and probability of X. And when I say, let's see, I can do mean, variance, standard deviation. And when I hit compute, it says error, there must be numbers. So we want to try and trick it. And this is what we can do. So here's sort of what we would be, what we're doing by hand. We would, when we find the mean, it's the same as the expected value of X. That's out of the next four planes. This is how many we would expect to be late. And that's X times P of X, and we take the sum of each of those. So we have 0 times 0.15, 1 times 0.25, etc., all the way down to 4 times 0.20, and we get 2.15. Okay, so now if I sort of want to trick it, I'm going to say out of 100 trials, then 15 of those trials will have 0 late, 25 of those trials will have 1 late, 10 of those trials will have 2 late, etc. So this is a frequency table here, and if I have that kind of a frequency table, I can take the mean by adding up all of those values, 15 zeros, 25 ones, etc., and then dividing by the number of values. This is the same thing. I'm taking 15 divided by 100, 25 divided by 100, which is the percentage, or 0.15. So that's what we're doing is in StatCrunch is we're changing these percentages into counts. We're just going to say, let's assume that because I have 2 decimal places, that we have 100 trials. And then we would expect 15 of those trials to come up with 0. And we would expect 25 of those trials to come up with 1. We would expect, etc. Let's see, 10 of those trials to come up with 2. So in StatCrunch, I'm going to put in count. I'm going to put in my expected value, 0.3 times 100 or 30. Let's try that again, 0.2 times 100 or 20. Now I'm going to go into summary statistics, grouped bin data. X is my bins, and my counts are in now count. I labeled it count. I could take mean, standard deviation, and variance. Actually, I missed standard deviation. Let's go back and do standard deviation. So we go summary stats, grouped bin data, X is the bins, and count, and then we're going to go to mean and standard deviation, and it calculates it for us. Discrete variables.